Hello indie game fans, Steam's early access program continues to truck along, and we did have a couple of pretty promising titles last month, but as always, we will begin with some quick picks worth checking out. Unending Dusk is a retro-inspired beat-em-up featuring impressive pixel art and chaotic, fast-paced action. There are customizable equipment mods and a tech tree loadout to enhance the progression, and also features procedurally generated levels. DEATHGARDEN is an asymmetric multiplayer game pitting 5 agile runners against 1 powerful hunter. The current mixed rating on Steam seems to be mostly stemming from cheating and botting issues, but the developers have announced a partnership with an anti-cheat software solution. Finally, Escape the Omnochronom is a single-player strategy game combining elements from traditional roguelikes and MOBAs, which is quite a unique concept. Multiple characters, unlockable items, special cards, minions, and more await. Moving on, here are the top 5 best early access indie games for August 2018. A creature raising simulator with base building elements, Uagi-Saba is on the more relaxing side of games, allowing you to raise, teach, and breed these creatures called mystics. Creatures have stats and traits affected by body parts, genes, and mutations, which is quite an in-depth system. Furthermore, harvest resources, construct housing to attract townspeople, and grow mushrooms for use in elixirs and food. While the breeding and genetic systems are all in place, the early access period of 3 to 6 months will be used to add a skill system to the creatures, which will allow the player to progress to the ending of the game with the usual addition of more content in terms of genes, artifacts, lore, books, mutations, and body parts. I love myself a good creature-centric game, so definitely looking forward to the full release. A 2D side-scrolling game akin to Terraria, Aground already has quite an extensive history, beginning life as a browser game which then had a successful Kickstarter campaign. In it, you can chop trees, mine minerals, build structures, farm, craft, cook, fish, befriend NPCs, ride vehicles, discover magic, advance technology, and raise dragons. Crafting games to me are all about progression, and Aground seems to be taking this one step further since you have so many systems in place. You are able to sail to and colonize other islands, and the developer's main goal for early access is to add the spacefaring age, where you will then be able to explore other planets as well, all of which are targeted for end 2019. Updates have been coming at a pretty good clip, and the developers seem to be active and responsive as well, so check it out if you like such games.
Is everything alright?
Yeah! You can come up!
Jake, I know this might sound stupid under the circumstances, but I am glad we came back here.
Yeah, the place is beautiful.
A survival game set in the Amazonian rainforest, Green Hell perhaps quantifies the stereotype of the first-person early access survival game, but it does look really pretty, with an actual story that plays with the mental toil of being isolated in the jungle. Apparently, the survival mechanics are leaning towards realism, having to start fires, build traps, set up camp, craft primitive tools, hunt for food, and treat your wounds. Through an early access period of 3 months, the developers are planning to increase the playable area, add more enemies, tools, weapons, and mechanics, and to expand upon the story mode that involves the native tribes. While the last point can be a little sensitive, and we have to wait and see how this is handled, this nevertheless does look very promising. Self-described as an aquatic Royale, Last Tide is one of the latest games to try and cash in on the Battle Royale phenomenon, but has the distinction of actually having some good ideas rather than just being a straight clone. The underwater setting with sharks does change things up, since verticality becomes more of a concern, and the 12-month early access period will be used to flesh out the content and features while adding events, cosmetics, and social features. A stealth release in the middle of the month, I was very happy to see Fell Seal ARBITER'S Mark being playable, since I have had my eye on this game for a while and I love the pixel art and the look of this. Of course, the comparison has to be made to Final Fantasy Tactics, which I believe this game does a good job of living up to the legacy of. It has a stereotypical story of uncovering corruption within your own powerful organization, but features over 20 story encounters, 25 classes, 200 abilities, and a crafting system. But the developers are planning to double the amount of story content, add more sound effects, a hard mode, optional side missions, and endgame content. If you love tactics games like me, I strongly believe that you will find something to love in this game. Anyway, that will do it for this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, follow my Steam curator, and check out the subreddit to keep up with the best indie games, and I will see you in the next video.